Breaking news. Bitcoin has just had the mother of all golden crosses for only the 5th time in its entire history. We're going to examine the other 4 times that this has happened because there is a major clue as to what is going to happen next for Bitcoin in all of crypto. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we do it different. We stand out from the crowd. When they go left, we go right, and we base it all on the facts and the charts. Hit that subscribe button right now. You're going to love it here. As we move into this chart with the mother of all golden crosses, I want to say to everyone on our email list, check your email right now. We have an exclusive opportunity that you're going to love. Check your email right now. We're on the 2-day chart. This is the golden cross, death cross indicator, okay? We have our green line and we have our red line. Our green line is our 50 MA. Our red line is the 200 MA. And when the green line goes through the red line, it's a death cross. When the green line goes back above the red line, it's a golden cross. We haven't seen one of these golden crosses since 2020, when we had a golden cross when we were at $9,000. After that golden cross, Bitcoin went from $9,000 up to almost $70,000, right? And the prior times, you can see these golden crosses are an incredible opportunity. But there are only 4 others in Bitcoin's entire history: 2012, 2015, 2019, and 2020. The beautiful thing for you is that there's a secret message in each of these 4 that will tell us what's going to happen with this 2023 golden cross, the mother of all golden crosses. Now, the reason we're not looking at it on the daily chart is there are a lot of false signals on the daily chart. On the 2-day chart with the golden cross, there are literally no false signals, literally none. And this indicator is actually, it's beautiful, it's clean, it projects out when we're going to get further crosses. For example, we can go to the 3-day and we can project out when we're going to have a 3-day cross using this specific indicator. It's a custom indicator, but everybody who is in the FFA will get this exclusively for free. Everyone who's in the FFA will get this exclusively for free. Now, when we go back to the 2-day, we can see that we had this specific cross come true precisely on the 19th of April. And since then, we've had some action. Now, there are some clues as what we can expect. You may not like what I'm about to tell you, but it's all going to be based on the facts and the charts. What we know is that we've had the mother of all golden crosses. And what we know is we've had 4 other said crosses. Let's examine the other 4 and see what facts we can uncover. Back in 2012, we had this long extended bear market, right? We had a complete and utter crash of price. We had our bottom acting here, and we had our golden cross not until here. But what we know is that when we had our golden cross, we had roughly a few days later, we reached this high price of about $15. In the glory days of Bitcoin, $15. This was key because Bitcoin would not get above this $15 level for quite some time. In fact, it was precisely 160 days until Bitcoin got a higher price than that. Meaning we had this golden cross. A few days later, we reached this critical high price of the phase 1 of the bull, and we didn't get higher for about 160 days. Now, as we proceed forward, we have to take that into consideration. We also have to understand, well, in a typical bull run, we're going to hold this green line, our 50 MA, as support. Now, what we don't want to do is ever to come down and touch this red line during a bull. As soon as we're in a bull run and price action comes down to touch this red line, the bull run could technically be over. Case in point, we came down to touch it here. Bull run was over at that point. If we look forward, did we come down to touch this red line during the entirety of 2015? No. But when we did touch it right here, the bull run was over. Major warning signs coming. Bear market has started. Same here. right? 2019, we came down and touched our red line here back in December of 2019. We were in trouble, right? We were in big trouble. Now, in our 2021, 2022, 2023, we came down and touched this in 21, right here. We came down and touched it when everybody was convinced we were going to 100K, 250K, etc., etc. But when we're in a bull run and we come down and touch this red line, it's over. Okay, this was our first top. This was our market cycle top. Anybody who studies charts knows this was our market top. This was our double top. We had incredibly strong bearish divergence while this was forming. Now, the complete opposite was true with our bottom. This was our first bottom. This was our second bottom. Incredibly strong bullish divergence with this technical bottom. And here we are today. We've come up in price. We've got above this green line, started holding it as support, got above this red line, holding that as support. Our green line is rising rapidly. Keep in mind that's our fast MA. Our green line is rising rapidly. And right now, if we project it out, keep in mind, during a bull, we want to continue to hold this as support. When we project out prices, all of these dots are going to tell us where price is in the future if our price action remains the same. So as we project it out, right now we can look at roughly into July-ish area, and we're about 27K. Meaning, keep in mind, all of these bull runs, we want to hold this green line as support. Once we break it and come and touch the red, we're in trouble. But once we really start to take off, we want to continue to hold this green line as support, and this will dictate where we could potentially be. Now, we examined really in detail the first one, right? We've had 4 crosses. We've looked at the first one, and we said, hey, after a handful of days, it reached this high price. It took a couple hundred days to reach a higher price, right? Let's examine that into the 2015. We have this market cycle top. We come into a bear market. It gets ugly. We start to hold this green line as resistance. We start to be below here. We create our double bottom. We start to have this from this point here to this point here was the point that dragged Bitcoin out of a bear market into a bull. This was the first leg of the bull here, and then we had our cross here. So first leg of the bull, cross. Once we had this cross, Bitcoin didn't reach a higher price from this point for quite a while. And again, just like that first cycle we looked at, it's roughly 200 days. So the first one was about 160 days here to reach a higher price. This was about 200 days. So far, pound for pound, move for move, these crosses have a hidden message. Now let's continue forward. 2019, things were very different then. What happened? Well, we had our market cycle top. We crashed down, again, holding this green line as resistance in a bear, holding it as support in a bull. And we held bottom here. This rally was our phase 1 of the bull that took us from a bear into a bull. This literally dragged the entire crypto market into phase 1 of the bull. The problem is we had this cross here, and a few days later we had our high price, just like in 2012. A few days after the cross, we had this high price, and just like before, it took us a long time to get higher than that. How long, you ask? I believe it was about 500 days. So back here, it was about 160 days. Here was about 200 days. Here was about 500 days. So in each of these scenarios, and 2020 was not a typical cross, okay? Because this was not a typical bear market. This was just a pivot low. This was our first bottom, this was our double bottom, and this was our move out of that. So 2020, we cannot compare this cross to any of the others because we are coming out of a long extended bear market. 2020 was not, okay? Market cycle top here, we didn't have a market cycle top right before 2020. We had no all-time high right before 2020, okay? This was our market cycle top. So 2020, we can't compare. Now, if we take those data points, here, 160 days to get a higher price. Here, 200 days to get a higher price. Here, 500 days to get a higher price. Where are we now? Keep in mind, in the cycle in 2019 and the cycle in 2012, it was just a handful of days after that cross that we reached our highest price. So if we look at it, and we're already a couple days in, if we look at it, It's at most 2 weeks, meaning by the time May rolls around, it's likely that we're going to have our highest price. And it could also be likely that we're not going to reach a higher price for at least 100 days. This would not be music to your ears, but this is what the charts are saying. Again, on this channel, we spit facts. I don't tell you what you want to hear. Oftentimes, you don't like what I'm going to tell you because it's the complete opposite of what everyone else is going to tell you. I tell you the facts. Now, we have to remain level-headed. As May rolls around, Bitcoin may very well have its highest price in. Now, if we complete patterns of 2019, let's say if we do a similar pattern to 2012 or 2015, we already know we've compared the fractal patterns to 2015, right? Let's project out where that would be. Now, if we were to be not at a higher price of 31K for the next 150, 200 days, where does that bring us, right? If we're 150, 200 days from that point, we're talking about, roughly October of this year, not getting above 31K. That would be devastating, right? It would be a boring market. Something would be drastically wrong, but it wouldn't be wrong. This would just be par for the course. This is what we've done in every other market cycle. So, as early as potentially September to get above 31K, keep in mind, we are on the record saying that Bitcoin has entered phase 1 of the bull. We're also on record saying it's highly unlikely Bitcoin will reach 100K this year, almost at a 0% chance, even though that's going to be all the articles later in the year. And we're also on record saying it's highly unlikely Bitcoin gets above 50K this year. Sad to say, but we're in phase 1 of the bull. We should be excited. But phase 1 of the bull is not what everyone expects. So not above 31K, potentially until September-ish, we'll see. Potentially until October-ish, we'll see. But we have to compare the facts the way they are, okay? Phase 1 of the bull is methodical. Phase 1 of the bull has heavy resistance above its head, and it needs some time to build the proper market structure to get above that resistance. We have established Bitcoin has heavy resistance where it is right now, and it could take multiple months to get there. Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. Go jump on your email right now. I'm talking to you. Exclusive opportunity that you're going to absolutely love. Check your email right now. I'll see you back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.
Do you know that crypto is 80% men and only 20% women?
We want more women to get involved in this crypto revolution, so we need your help to do this. Please share this video.
Share this video so we can help more women get involved in this crypto revolution.
Women of Crypto Crew University.